Welcome back to the Fantasy Price Check. Today we're going to be talking about Matthew Stafford. Just to let you know what we're doing here on the channel, we are taking a look at player ADPs and we are grading them based upon whether a player is overpriced, underpriced, or fairly priced. And today we are looking at Matthew Stafford. If you want more ADP price checks in the future, click that subscribe button. We're going to be doing ADP price checks all season long leading into drafts. Matthew Stafford is currently being drafted in the 11th round as a QB 17 off the board. He is currently being drafted after Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Sam Darnold, and ahead of the aging vets consisting of Tom Brady, Big Ben, and Phillip Rivers. Last year, Matthew Stafford's season was cut short due to a back injury that he suffered in Week 8. However, for the first 8 weeks of the season, he was a QB4 in points per game. The only quarterbacks that were higher than Matthew Stafford in points per game were Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, and Deshaun Watson. And yes, Matthew Stafford did have more points per game than Pat Mahomes and Russell Wilson. And looking at Matthew Stafford's 4 previous seasons, he was a top 10 quarterback in all but one. In 2018, he was a quarterback 20, but in the 3 years before that, he was a top 10 QB. He was the QB7 in 2017, the QB7 in 2016, and the QB9 in 2015. Keep in mind that Calvin Johnson retired after the 2015 season, so Matthew Stafford has had multiple top 10 seasons without Calvin Johnson. And in the last 5 seasons, Matthew Stafford has the 7th most games with a quarterback rating over 100. If Matthew Stafford plays 16 games, you should be guaranteed to get at least 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. Here's what Matthew Stafford's 16-game pace would be based upon the 8 games that he played. 5,000 yards and 38 touchdowns. And this year is the best supporting cast that Matthew Stafford has had since his Calvin Johnson days. Kenny Golladay has developed into a true alpha receiver. He has a solid wide receiver too in Marvin Jones. He's got a great slot receiver in Danny Amendola. He's got an ascending tight end with TJ Hockenson, and he has 2 great pass-catching running backs in Kerryon Johnson and DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift caught 73 passes for 666 yards in his college career at Georgia, and now they get to team up with Kerryon Johnson, who is also a very strong pass-catching running back. The Lions also have a very strong offensive line. PFF ranks them as the 11th best offensive line in football, and they have 3 players that rank inside the top 10 at their respective positions. If you can project 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns from Matthew Stafford, that would put him at about the QB9 based upon last year's stats, and he would have roughly the same points per game as Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, and Matt Ryan. Those guys are going off the board in rounds 5, 6, and 7. You could get Matthew Stafford in round 11. This is why you go late round QB. Matthew Stafford is underpriced. Target him as a late round QB that offers top 10 upside thanks to his great supporting cast this year. Guys, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, I want you to hit that like button. If you want more ADP price checks in the future, please be sure to subscribe and check out our playlist. We're going to be coming out with all sorts of quarterback ADP price checks, and you'll be able to watch others that we've done in the past like Drew Brees. I'll see you guys on the next one.